Hi, I'm Nancy Stegman.
And I'm Shirley Willis.
And we're here at the
Dollhouse
Dance Factory
interviewing
Miss Diana Williams. Tell me, Miss Williams, how the Dollhouse Factory started?
The Dollhouse Dance Factory started on August the 23rd, 2010. That's when we first opened our doors. But myself, as a director, a coach, a dancer, personally myself, I've been teaching dance for as long as I can remember, and dancing for as long as I can remember, and teaching for the last almost 10 years. I worked for the City of Jackson. I opened my business with the City of Jackson June 2002. I retired from the City of Jackson June 2007. I did the exact same thing for the city that I do here. Taught ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, majorette, lyrical, dance styles to girls between the ages of 4 and 17. The studio here, I started out on my own. I always felt like it was something that I could do. I've taught dance, I've been trained, I've been instructors and teachers in different capacities dealing with dance in itself. And I've always wanted to do it on my own. I said, well, hey, why not? Why not open up my own business and start out on my own? It was not easy. I would not lie and say that it was easy to just step out and just say I'm going to open a business, because any business owner knows that opening a business is not easy. It's always hard. There's always risks that no one will like your product, no one will like you, the location. There's so many different factors that go into opening a business and having your business be actually successful. But with me having somewhat of a reputation in the City of Jackson with dance, dealing with the dancing dolls, and with my reputation with the City of Jackson, the dance that I did there, people kind of knew who I was. But it took a lot of advertising, took a lot of footwork, took a lot of prayer for me to get to where I am right now with the studio. When we opened, we started with the first semester, we started with about 20 students. Second semester, we had 40 students. And now we're into our third semester, we have over 80 students. So as the time went on, the studio and the business began to grow. People began to say, okay, well, this lady actually doesn't know what she's talking about. Because they see the product, they see their kids coming in, and the transition from not knowing how to dance, not knowing what a jazz hand is, or a blade hand, or knowing how to leap or kick or spin or fouette turns and piqué. They have no clue, to actually knowing and being able to put, okay, this is what she's talking about, And I've watched these kids grow with me, some that I taught when I was working for the city that are still with me now, watching them grow and develop. It's really, really heartfelt to see them continue to still want to dance and to keep coming back.
How did you come about, with your name, choosing the name that you chose for the factory?
Well, that kind of goes all the way back to the beginning of the Dancing Dolls. Dancing Dolls has been around since August the 20th, 2001. I started them some years ago, and I moved here from Los Angeles, California. And I like baby dolls. What girl doesn't like dolls? And I always like to see how this Barbie doll it was not a Barbie doll, but it was like a Cabbage Patch doll. She had roller skates. And she used to skate and she used to dance. And I always wanted to just see her dance, something that I love. So as a kid, I just kind of transferred it on to dancing dolls. So like I said, Dancing Dolls started in 2001. And as time went on, I said, well, like I said earlier, when I wanted to start my own business, I said, well, dolls live in doll houses. So I want my girls to dance like dolls. Why not name it the Dollhouse?
Well, is there anything about the Majorette community that you might want to elaborate on, that to let people know that they probably don't know?
Well, Majorette in the City of Jackson is one of the more popular styles. Everybody has their own preference in regards to dance in itself. But Majorette just seems to be the more popular. Every Jackson public school has a Majorette dance team, from middle school to high school. Even the elementary schools are starting to get into this now. And I've taken my dance team to Nashville, to Memphis, to Baton Rouge, to Houston, to Dallas. We've gone so many places, and we win every single place we go. But Majorette dance is not just the hip shaking, it's more to it than that. It's so much more. All the elements of dance, period, from ballet to jazz technique to point, all of it is all incorporated. It's not just one way, one style. Some Majorette squads, they use batons, some don't. Jackson's just completely, we have our own neck here. And of course, with Jackson State University being up the street from where we are, everybody tends to piggyback off of the Majorette style of college. But everybody puts their own spin on it. You have Alcorn State University, Mississippi Valley State University. These colleges have their own dance teams. So everybody kind of, you know, piggybacks off of what they think is
the Majorette form of dance, is it more popular in the historically black universities? Was the Majorette style having the squads?
Well, no, not necessarily. Now, me being from California, I went to California State University, Dominguez Hills. I've seen UCLA. I've seen the teams at USC. You got to look at the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. They kick. They wear boots, you know, and they swing their hips, and you know, but it's a different style. It's still a Majorette style. Majorette is it's broad. It's not one-sided when it comes to dance. It's very, 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 very broad. But I would say in the historically black colleges, yes, Majorette is more popular, I would think, but everybody still uses it. It still, like I said, it still comes back to ballet. It comes back to jazz. It comes back to the liturgical, modern, contemporary. They all go hand in hand. You can't be a Majorette without knowing to point your toes. I learned how to point my toes in ballet. You can't be a Majorette without learning how to spin. I learned how to spin taking jazz. You know, you can't be a Majorette without learning how to do a toe touch or a kick. I learned that from being a cheerleader. So I mean, all of it goes hand in hand. You have to have some kind of basic dance training in order to be able to do the Majorette style and to be able to be successful at it.
One of the things you said about the girls that are trying out for these dance teams at school and being denied because they're overweight or even slightly larger than the model thin.
Right.
Isn't dance the most athletic, the best exercise a person could do to improve their weight, their cardio,
Absolutely.
their blood, even their stress levels in life?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't being able to be on the dance team actually help a child improve their grades in school, improve their self-esteem?
You're absolutely right. And a lot of people, they don't look at it that way. And that's a part of my frustration in the community, my world, my dance world. Because I'm in the midst of it. I see a lot of these girls that come through. They've never tried out for my dance team. I've had a couple and they've made it. You know, we do weight training across the summer. They run. We talk about nutrition. I have aerobics classes available for them to take the classes. I stay in their heads about, you can do this, regardless of your size. You can do this. I've had girls, and I'm not going to name her name, but I remember her being almost 30 to 35 pounds heavier than what she needed to be for her height and borderline diabetes. I put her on the team. I loved her personality. She had attitude, sass. She could do everything that I asked her to do. There was no excuse for her not to make the team. So I knew that we ran miles in the summer. We talked about there was no excuse for her not to trim down. She lost over 20 pounds in one summer, and it just kept falling off, kept falling off, kept falling off. Her confidence got higher and higher and higher. Her attitude just got so she was getting straight A's in school. Her mom was like, I don't know what you've done to my child, but whatever you're doing, you keep doing it. It's a confidence booster.
Could you just tell us a little bit about how some of the girls that maybe leave here or being a part of the dance team will leave here and maybe go on to college and also be able to make the college level dancing?
Right. Well, we've had several to come through Dancing Dolls in our dance studio, whether it was with me working for the city of Jackson or me working here. The captain of our dance team has gone on to try out for Jackson State University's dance line. That's her picture on the wall. Her name is Ariel. She is there. She has a 3.7 GPA. She's managing to keep her GPA up, and she dances constantly. She was one of my I would call her butterflies. When she first started, she was round, kind of chubby, and she had braces. You know, she didn't really know how. She was really reserved. But now it's just that within that 1.5 year, that one year she was over with me at Grove Park. She took jazz. She took the hip hop class. She took the Majorette class. Put her on my dance team, and she just took it and ran with it. I've had girls to get scholarships to MSU, to LSU, to Ole Miss. I mean, they're taking USM. I have several on the hip hop dance squad that they have down there at USM.
Christy.
Yeah, Christy, she's going home. Yeah, so they have had a lot of the girls. They take what we give them and they run with it. They know how I am about academics. Even though they're gone, I still keep up with them, and thank God for Facebook and Twitter. You know, I can't be able to keep up with them because they're not here in Jackson, so I can't put my hands on them. But I try to keep up with them, you know, as much as they do, with the studio being a great help to them. So.
Well, could you probably just name some of the other dance teams that might be out here that we might not be familiar with?
Sure. You have the Finesse Entertainment Showstoppers, Their captain just got a full scholarship to Auburn University. She got a scholarship, a full ride to Howard. She had a full ride to Duke, North Carolina. She got a full ride to Harvard. I mean, they were paying for everything for her. So it's not just dance. She danced also. She took dance classes and all that also. You have the Elite Prince and Pearls. You have the Purple Diamonds. Ladies of Sparkle, Pretty and Pink, Magnificent Marching Models, Ladies of Essence, Golden Dazzlers. There are a lot of dance teams that are in the city, and we all have the basic goal. With us all being a part of the Association for Majorettes, we all have the exact same goal, making sure that our kids achieve through academics as well as dance. So it's more than just, like I said, dance. And the Majorette style, I just want everybody to make sure they understand that Majorette style is so broad. It's not one-sided, you know, it's not all what you see in the parades. It's way more to it than that.
So what brought about the association of for Majorettes?
A lot of
that. What made you come together to, I guess, to form that?
With any good thing, there's always a negative. There's always a negative side, the bad side, you know, to it. Just like Jackson State University, they have Alcorn State University is JSU's rivalry. Seems like Southern University and Jackson State's a rivalry. Texas Southern and Alabama State, it's the same thing. So with our community dance teams here in the city, there's always a rivalry with someone thinking, oh, I like her uniforms better, or this dance team dances better, or their girls are this, or their girls are that. I mean, it's always a rivalry. So the association was supposed to bring together the directors to make sure that we kept our kids on one accord. They all go to the same schools. And with bullying being on the rise in Jackson and all the schools, I've seen it on the news, they have this Stop Bullying campaign going on with BET, MTV, VH1, I've seen it. We want to make sure that our kids are not a part of that. We want to try to unite the kids. We've started an all-star squad where the kids from the different dance teams come together and dance together. You know, so it's a way to build unity and to try to unify the girls in some sort of way. I love what I do, you know, and I'm extremely passionate about my craft. It's not just about money to me. I love these kids when they come to the door and they get this, I got that kick right. Oh, did you see my fuerte turns? I see you. You know, I'm excited to come through the door with their grades and they try out for a dance team. And I had a heavyset girl try out for her dance team the previous year at her middle school. She didn't make it. She came in, I trained her for a semester. She went back, tried out in January. She made it. She was so excited. She was crying. I was just like, oh my God, I was so happy for her. And she's still dancing now, and she has slimmed down so much. It's like you said, you know, the cardio, the being able to lose the weight, the academics, the self-esteem, the confidence, all of it all plays right into it. So it's all a good thing.
So do you feel like your dreams are being fulfilled, lived out?
I still feel like there's more that I could do. I'm not done yet. I'm just in my early 30s. I told my husband, I tell the girls all the time, until God takes breath out of my body and I can no longer say 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm going to be here.
But she dances like the teenagers, guys.
It's in our opinion, Ms. Williams is a priceless asset to our community. She has a passion for dance and which she instilled in many young women. Ms. Williams has shown these young women the potential that they all have in themselves to achieve their dreams. She has broadened our group's perception of dance and how it can improve our quality of life, whether we are 4 to 60 years of age. If you are interested and require more information, please contact Ms. Diana Williams at 601-969-4000 or go to the website at www.dollhousedancefactory.com. Dancing is not a sport, it's a way of life.